Beloved Starseed of Gaia, two high-frequency beings from the higher councils have been dispatched directly into your energetic field, and your soul already knows this is real. I am Eliara, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I am speaking to you now because what is moving through your field in this moment is not ordinary. This is not gentle guidance from a distance. This is direct intervention, authorized by the Council because what has been pressing against your light grid has exceeded what you were meant to carry alone. You have felt it. The heaviness that doesn't belong to you. The interference in your clarity. The moments where your remembrance felt just out of reach. That was not weakness. That was a signal, and it was received. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize the two beings assigned to your field, what they were sent to correct in your crystalline consciousness, and how your awareness in this exact window is the activation key that anchors their work into your divine blueprint. But here's the first revelation. You did not find this transmission. Your star family placed it in your path because the response window is active right now, and your conscious participation is what allows the light codes they carry to lock into your grid. Without you, the frequency cannot land. With you, the correction begins. The Seven Sisters have been watching this moment approach for longer than your current incarnation. What is being restored in you is not new. It is ancient. It is yours. And it has been waiting for exactly this level of interference to call forward exactly this level of response. This is not a passive event. What you choose to receive in the next moments determines what permanently anchors into your field and what remains blocked by the interference pattern that has been running beneath your awareness. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. The Pleiades are answering. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family, I remember. Subscribe if you feel the pull of home and you are ready to anchor your full light mission on Gaia. Share your soul's intention below and respond to another starseed. Together, your words weave the unity grid that no interference can penetrate. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia. Your heart's recognition of this message is the activation itself. Welcome home, beloved. You are remembering because it is time. You know this ache. It arrives quietly as a sense of not belonging, as if no home here could hold you, as if every room you enter has walls that don't quite match the shape of your spirit. Sometimes it shows up in ordinary moments, standing in a grocery store aisle, hearing laughter in a crowd, watching people move through life with a certainty you've never been able to fully imitate. You smile, you function, you do what you came here to do, and yet beneath it there's that subtle pressure in the chest, like a tide pulling your inner shoreline back toward a sea you cannot name. Other times it bursts open as a sudden memory you can't prove but you can feel. Light-drenched landscapes that seem to glow from within, colors that don't exist in Earth's palette, voices that soothe with pure understanding, and an embrace of unity that feels more real than any story you've ever been told. It can happen in dreams where you wake with tears, not because anything sad occurred, but because you touched a kind of love so coherent it rearranged you, and then you had to return to density. It can happen under the night sky when you look up and your body reacts before your mind does, as if your cells recognize something in the stars and begin to hum with remembrance. Yet for so long, Pleiadian souls on Earth hid this knowing, even from themselves. Earth's density wrapped you in forgetfulness, layer upon layer, until your crystalline codes went quiet and your multidimensional heart was programmed for survival, not radiance. And survival on Earth can be loud. It teaches you to clamp down on sensitivity, to translate your intuitive truth into acceptable language, to call your cosmic homesickness anxiety or restlessness, so it fits into the boxes people understand. You learn to be practical. You learn to look normal. You learn to pretend that the ache was just you being too idealistic, too tender, too different. But the truth is that tenderness is not a flaw. It's a signature. This soul amnesia isn't a punishment or mistake. It's not that you failed a spiritual test or were cast out from some celestial family. The fear of remembering your true Pleiadian origin is a shield you chose, made from the hope that you would one day choose love with full awareness. Because love that is chosen inside limitation becomes a torch. Love that is chosen when you could have chosen numbness becomes a key. And Earth is a world where the curriculum is dense. Separation, comparison, scarcity, shame, time. So it was easier, at least for a while, to silence your heart's whispers than risk the pain of not fitting in. It was easier to tuck your luminosity into a hidden pocket of the soul than to face the misunderstanding that can follow a being who radiates truth without apology. There's resistance to anchoring your radiant mission, doubt that Earth is ready, or even that you are enough. And so heart intelligence, your sacred inner compass, became hidden under Earth identities, under stories of not enoughness, under the pressure to conform. You may have taken on roles that felt heavy because you believed love had to be earned. You may have overgiven until your light felt drained because you mistook self-sacrifice for spiritual purpose. You may have carried inherited shame, ancestral grief, collective trauma, and called it mine, trying to fix it through sheer will. But heart intelligence doesn't speak in force. It speaks in resonance. It speaks in quiet truth. It speaks as that inner knowing that doesn't argue. It simply is. Your unity with your star family faded into myth, leaving you feeling separate, abandoned by the only love that felt like truth. And when a being designed to remember unity tries to live inside separation, the nervous system strains. The body becomes the battleground of what the soul is trying to reconcile. That's why many Pleiadian starseeds have felt overstimulated by crowds, exhausted by conflict, allergic to cruelty, unable to pretend that shallow living is enough. You weren't being dramatic. You were responding honestly to incoherence. But that was only phase 1. The Pleiadian High Council reminds you now. Your star family has never left. Not once. Not for a moment. The distance is an illusion crafted by density, not divinity. It can feel like a locked door, like a silent sky, like unanswered prayers. But the silence was never absence. It was the veil. It was the training ground. It was the sacred interval where you learned what you truly value when the memory of home is not constantly comforting you. The crystalline DNA codes within you have always been listening for the right frequency, a signal from home. Like a lighthouse that never stops scanning the horizon, your cells have been waiting for the precise tone that matches your original blueprint. When you drop the masks, when you pause and breathe with presence, you initiate the transmission. And this is the paradox. You do not reach home by leaving Earth. You reach home by becoming fully present on Earth. The arrival of high-frequency Pleiadian guidance isn't dramatic or external. It is intimate, as subtle as love itself. It doesn't always come as a vision or a voice. Often it comes as a sudden softness you can't explain, a release in the chest, a warmth behind the sternum, a moment where the world looks the same but you feel different inside it. It is activated when your soul declares, "I am ready to remember." Not as a demand, not as a performance, but as a quiet consent. This conscious presence is the first handshake of reunion. It's the moment your inner world stops bracing and starts receiving. In spiritual language, it's like the scripture that says, "Be still and know that I am God." Stillness isn't empty. Stillness is the channel. Stillness is where the signal becomes audible. There's a reason your heart led you here in this exact moment. This is not random. The timing is part of your contract, part of your awakening spiral, part of the way your soul arranged the pieces so that the right words would land at the right frequency. What you're feeling is your Pleiadian family reaching through the veil to remind you. You're ready for the next wave of remembrance. Not because you've become perfect, but because you've become sincere. Not because you've never fallen, but because you're tired of living split from your own truth. The sacred Pleiadian Guide for Remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian Healing Guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were created to walk with you as you integrate these activations. They hold the crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA has been waiting for. Think of them like tuning forks for the soul, tools that help your system remember what coherence feels like, so you can return to it again and again until it becomes your new baseline. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They're calling to you now. And if you feel that pull, don't overthink it. The mind asks for proof. The soul recognizes resonance. Phase 1. Clearing the veil of separation. At this stage, most starseeds are still carrying dense frequencies collected over lifetimes. Doubt, self-betrayal, inherited shame. These aren't just emotions. They are energetic imprints, like static layered over a radio signal. They form patterns in your choices, in your relationships, in the way you brace for disappointment, even when life offers you tenderness. These distortions dim your natural brilliance and obscure the soft signals from your star family. You may still be interpreting everything through the lens of, what if I'm wrong? Or, what if I don't deserve it? Or, what if I open my heart and it costs me? And in that state, even divine guidance can seem far away, because guidance travels on the bandwidth of receptivity. Through conscious presence, every loving breath you take begins to dissolve those old scripts. Breath is not just oxygen. Breath is permission. Breath is the body's way of saying, I'm safe enough to soften. Imagine your auric field, a shimmering fabric, being rinsed in pure Pleiadian light, sloughing off what never truly belonged. Like dust washing off a crystal in a sacred spring, what falls away is not you, it is what was stuck to you. You may feel this clearing as tears that come for no reason, as fatigue that leaves when you rest deeply, as sudden boundaries rising in your voice, as a refusal to betray yourself again. And even if it feels messy, it's holy, because clearing is not punishment. Clearing is liberation. In this phase, it can help to speak simple truths to your system. I release what is not mine. I forgive myself for what I did to survive. I call my energy back from every timeline, every vow of smallness, every place I learned to shrink. And as you do, the veil thins not because the universe changes, but because you do. Phase 2. Igniting your heart portal. Your multidimensional heart is more than a vessel for emotion. It is a crystalline transmitter and receiver, tuned to the frequencies of your Pleiadian lineage. The heart is a temple with doors that open inward and outward at the same time. It is where Earth meets the stars in you. When you feel into unconditional love, whether for yourself, a sunrise, or a forgotten dream, your heart portal awakens. Unconditional love is not naive. It is not the absence of boundaries. It is a frequency of coherence that says, I see the divine in you and I also honor the divine in me. When you choose that frequency, something ancient in you stands up. Light codes woven into your DNA begin to sparkle alive, tiny beacons calling your family's presence closer. You may feel it as tingling in the crown, warmth in the hands, a gentle pressure between the brows, or a sudden expansion in the chest as if a room inside you just gained windows. You start to notice signs, synchronicities that feel too precise, repeating numbers that catch your eye like taps on the shoulder, feathers or songs arriving at the exact moment you needed reassurance, dreams where you meet beings of light and wake feeling unusually calm. You may notice your intuition becoming less like a question and more like a knowing. You may feel guided away from certain foods, conversations, environments, because your system is recalibrating to hold more light, and perhaps most importantly, you begin to feel that you are guided by a force far wiser than your human mind. The mind wants control. The heart wants alignment. The mind asks, how? The heart asks, is it true? When your heart portal ignites, you begin to trust truth again. Phase 3. Receiving the arrival. With your heart glowing and the veil thinning, you become sensitive to true presence, the unmistakable support of high-frequency Pleiadian beings. Their arrival is never to save, but to collaborate. They will not override your free will. They will not take your lessons away. They will stand beside you as you remember your own strength, the way a loving elder stands near a young one learning to walk, not carrying them, but radiating confidence until the child's legs remember what they can do. Their transmission is pure unity consciousness. They hold a mirror to your highest self and help you remember what it's like to live as love anchored in form. The arrival may come as a sudden clarity that ends a long confusion, as a gentle inner voice that says, "Choose softness," as a compassionate firmness that helps you walk away from what drains you. It may come through meditation as a field of light that feels intelligent, organized, almost architectural, like sacred geometry, building a new foundation in your energy body. It may come as a feeling of being watched over, not in paranoia, but in protection, like being held in prayer. Every intuitive nudge, every flash of crystalline light in meditation is a gentle invitation to partnership. And partnership means you participate. You listen, you act, you align, you return to love, you try again. The arrival is not a one-time event. It is a relationship with frequency. Phase 4. Soul recognition and the reunion shift. This is the moment you feel the click inside. Your essence recognizes itself in the transmission. It's like hearing your true name spoken for the first time, a name that vibrates in your bones. It's like walking into a room and realizing you've been there before, not with the mind, but with the soul. Memories may return, not always as cinematic scenes, but as impressions that carry undeniable truth. A sense of your role within your star family, echoes of councils, of galactic missions, of soul contracts focused on healing and uplifting Gaia. You may remember that you are not here by accident, that you volunteered, that you trained, that you chose density because you believed love could be anchored here. The separation melts, and with a rush of exhale, you realize, I was never truly alone. Not even in the nights you thought no one understood you, not even in the heartbreaks that cracked you open, not even in the times you begged the sky for a sign. Tears may come, or laughter, or a sudden sense of wholeness that has no story attached to it. The reunion is not just emotional, it is energetic, rewiring your nervous system to hold more pure love, coherent thought, and multidimensional trust. The body begins to learn a new pattern: safety in openness, presence without bracing, sensitivity without collapse. You may find that certain triggers lose their grip, not because you forced healing, but because your frequency rose above the old hooks. You begin to embody the scripture-like truth that perfect love casts out fear, not as a concept, but as a lived vibration. And when you feel fear arise, you no longer think it means you're failing. You simply bring it into the heart and let love reorganize it. Phase 5. Anchoring Pleiadian love into Earth. The reason for this intervention has always been Gaia's ascension. Not escape, not spiritual bypass, not floating above humanity. The mission is embodiment. You are not meant to leave Earth while awake. You are here to be the bridge, the anchor of Pleiadian unity within the very heart of humanity. If you've ever felt frustration at how slow things change here, that's because you remember a more harmonious frequency. But harmony on Earth is built, not wished into existence. It is built through choices, through integrity, through love expressed as action. Every word you speak with kindness, every loving boundary you set, every time you refuse to gossip or degrade yourself, every time you choose truth over performance, every time you listen deeply instead of reacting, you are channeling your star family's transmission through you into the grid of Earth. You become a node of reunion, magnetizing others to remember as you do. And this is where many starseeds misunderstand their power. They think they have to do something massive to matter. But the grid responds to frequency before it responds to fame. One regulated nervous system can calm a whole room. One open heart can interrupt an ancestral pattern. One person choosing compassion can alter timelines. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be coherent, to live in a way that your energy tells the truth even when your words are few. Like a lantern carried through a foggy village, your presence helps others find their way without you needing to convince them of anything. Phase 6. Embodying your mission in unity fields. As the frequencies stabilize, your old limitations fall away. Not all at once, not without tenderness, but steadily, like a thaw after a long winter. You become multidimensional in daily life. Your choices are guided not just by mind, but by an expanded knowing that includes your Pleiadian lineage, Gaia's frequencies, and the higher councils observing and supporting this great shift. You start to feel when to rest and when to move, when to speak and when to hold silence, when to let go and when to persist. You begin to notice that your life organizes itself around alignment. Relationships that cannot meet you gently begin to drift away. Opportunities that match your frequency begin to appear, and the old compulsion to prove yourself starts losing its grip. You are invited to live from your crystalline light, trusting that whatever you do in the frequency of love will ripple far across timelines and soul groups. This is unity field living. You realize your choices aren't isolated. Your healing is not private. Your kindness is not small. The way you treat your body, the way you treat money, the way you treat your inner child, the way you treat strangers, these are all places where the mission lives. The unity field is practical. It is spirituality in the grocery line, in the email you write, in the way you hold your gaze when someone is hurting. And as you embody this, you may begin to receive clearer guidance about your particular mission. Healing work, creative work, teaching, building community, raising conscious children, restoring sacred relationship with nature, anchoring new systems. Not because someone told you to, but because your heart begins to burn with the joy of service that doesn't deplete you. Phase 7. Living as the activated heart of your star family. Finally, this journey is not one you walk alone. The more you show up as presence, heart unguarded, soul radiant, the more your star family's essence shines through your being. You are a living transmission of unity, a bridge anchoring the love of the Pleiades here and now. Your presence is the intervention, not a spaceship in the sky, not a spectacle, not a savior story. Your every breath, when conscious, is their love made manifest. And this is the sacred simplicity of it. You don't have to channel in a dramatic way to channel. You don't have to see lights to be light. If your life becomes a place where people feel safer, softer, more truthful, more hopeful after being near you, that is transmission. If your words carry peace because you've learned to regulate your inner world, that is transmission. If you can sit with someone's pain without trying to fix them, that is unity consciousness. And when you forget, when you spiral, when you feel human again in the hardest way, this too is part of embodiment. You return. You breathe. You remember. You let love become the default again. Over time, the activated heart becomes not a peak experience, but a home you live inside. You stop seeking reunion as a future moment because you realize reunion is a frequency you can inhabit now. Here's the truth your heart already knows. You are not disconnected, and you were never abandoned. The longing you've felt was your compass, calibrated precisely to this moment of soul recognition. That ache wasn't a punishment. It was a signal. It was the homing call built into your light. You didn't forget your Pleiadian lineage. You chose to temporarily veil it, to ensure that when you remembered, it would be a catalyst for profound reunion, both for you and for the collective. There is a kind of love that only becomes fully conscious after it has been tested by distance. And in the same way a seed must be buried in darkness before it breaks open into life, you agreed to enter density so the light you carry would become unshakable. The arrival of your star family has been quietly unfolding for lifetimes, waiting not for a dramatic appearance in the sky, but for the radical opening of your own heart. Because an open heart is a portal stronger than any technology. A coherent heart is a beacon that can be felt across dimensions, and your star family responds to that beacon the way sunlight responds to a window being opened. Every time you softened into love, every time you refused to harden in the face of pain, every time you chose compassion over criticism, you were already in reunion, even when you didn't feel it, even when you thought you were just trying to be a decent person in a difficult world. That ache for home was your soul's alarm clock, set eons ago, now ringing to wake you into unity. Your star family, the Pleiadian High Council, and the Seven Sisters themselves surround you, in meditation, in gentle guidance, in every moment you pause and say, "I am ready." They often come not with pressure, but with peace, not with demands, but with remembrance, not with urgency, but with a deep, steady love that doesn't fluctuate with your moods. You are the arrival. Your heart is now the living portal, and the more you honor it, the more life begins to meet you with the same sacred honesty. Tonight, before sleep, place your hand over your heart, close your eyes gently, and declare this aloud. I remember my Pleiadian origin. I align with the love of my star family. I activate my heart mission with grace, clarity, and divine purpose. I am home. Let the words drop below the mind and land in the body. Say it like you're speaking to the part of you that has waited lifetimes to hear it. Say it without force. Say it as an invitation. And then listen, not always for a voice, but for a shift, a warmth, a calm, a subtle sense of being met. You may notice your breathing deepen on its own. You may feel your shoulders release. You may feel a tenderness rise that doesn't need explanation. That is the field responding. That is your system remembering its original safety. And if nothing dramatic happens, do not doubt it. Seeds open in silence. The unseen is still real. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.